On today's episode of PDubs Arcade Loft, we're going to take a look at the Powkiddy A66 Pocket Handheld Retro Game Player. Okay, dudes, we're back. Let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and kind of take a look at what we got here. What came in this little package. So taking a look here, it's a pretty plain box, but it does give you some specifics on the device. For instance, this has a 2.0-inch IPS LCD screen. Does come with a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. You do have an instruction booklet that does happen to be in multiple languages. Does appear to be in Chinese, as well as when you flip it over, it is in English. And I highly, if you're going to pick this up, you definitely want to read this and get yourself familiar with navigating the user interface on this thing. I will have a link in the video description below if you're interested in this product. It is a portable joystick handheld gaming console with a 2-inch color screen display. Does have the Type-C interface, does have the cross key and joystick dual control mode. This thing does come with a 16 gigabyte card. Usually these cards have games built in. This particular card that got sent to me does have about 4,000 games from a variety of emulators and platforms. The quoted battery life is 3.5 hours on all the packaging and advertisements. I had this thing going for about 3 hours before it died on me, so just a little shy of what they quoted. Taking a look here at the buttons. The buttons aren't that great. I mean, they're okay. They're not fantastic. For your BAXY there, you do have your menu, select, and start buttons on the bottom. And then when you take a look here over at our top part of the device, we do have some bumper buttons up here, some nice bumper buttons. And these bumper buttons actually feel pretty nice and clicky, no issues. This particular device, this model comes with this black, clear, transparent case, and it's kind of cool to see all the innards of the device. And when it comes to the D-pad, not really any concerns about the D-pad on my end. It's obviously not the greatest D-pad in the world, but it's not horrible. It's actually kind of decent for this little device. As we finish taking a tour of the device, you can see on the bottom, the labeling is actually on the bottom of the device telling you which one is start, menu, and select. It's not on the top where you're actually looking while playing, but then again, it only took me a matter of minutes to memorize which buttons did what. No big concerns. The power button, of course, is right there on the right-hand side of the unit. It's kind of hard to see on the transparent case, but it's right there where my thumb is. It's just a nice sliding switch to power the device on. Give that a go, and it's going to fire up. When you first power on the device, it's not going to be in English most likely, so just navigate over to the cogwheel, hit A, then scroll down to the second option, which is that little I there for languages, and click on English, and now everything is in English. And now you'll be able to see all the different features on here, such as adjusting the setting, the brightness, factory resets, hardware tests, all that good stuff. And from here now you can navigate around the main menu, and you'll see you can have separate playlists set up, you can have favorites. Retro game is how you get into all the different emulators and all the games that are preloaded on the memory card. So if we back out of here, head over to retro game, we'll be able to see all the different emulators. We got Neo Geo, we got Arcade, we got PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, all that stuff, Famicom, Super Famicom, all that stuff is on here. Let's go ahead and just do a quick test of an arcade game and see how this thing works. Alright, taking a look here, I went ahead and I just picked Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I do enjoy this game. You just have to hit the select button, which is the left button on the 3 buttons on the bottom. And then go ahead to insert your coin when you're playing the arcade games, and you can go ahead and get this launched. Let's see how this works. Now when you're inside a game, no matter what emulator you're using, you just hit the start and select buttons there at the same time, and you can check out your save states and things like that. This thing does have 10 save states. That's actually pretty cool in my opinion. That's a nice little feature. And of course you can adjust the volume, and from here you can exit the game and get back to the last screen you were on, such as this one. You could also add the games to your favorites and things like that. It's a pretty easy to use user interface, no complaints. Another reason it's such a pain to review handhelds on YouTube is trying to figure out great ways to capture the screen. But to show you the screen quality, in all honesty, the screen is pretty vibrant, as you can see here. Got the camera nice and focused on it on that shot. So considering it's an itty-bitty little 2-inch screen, it's actually not that bad. And of course, who doesn't like playing Final Fight? I wanted to test out how the PlayStation emulation was on here, but I was actually kind of surprised this particular card did not have any PlayStation games built in, so I'll just have to add some, maybe do a follow-up video. Heading over to PCEngine, let's take a look. No complaints on my end, everything is running smoothly. I'm not noticing any, especially with these games. I mean, I guess these games are just not that hard to emulate, but I'm not noticing any kind of frame skipping or anything like that. The only thing that I might have noticed is that the speaker on this thing isn't that great. It's just this little itty-bitty little speaker on the bottom right corner, and if you have it on maximum volume, you might hear some choppiness in the audio and things like that, so if you turn it down, that went away. Normal retail for this thing is anywhere from like 90 to 100 bucks, depending on what website you get it from. Link in the video description below has this thing for about 40 bucks. So you're looking at about a $40 handheld that's preloaded, 4,000 games, got a decent screen. Buttons are okay, not the greatest. The D-pad, I kind of like. I'm liking the D-pad. And then, of course, the sound isn't the best with just that itty-bitty speaker. Yeah, I guess you're just getting what you pay for here in this particular case. And then, of course, when you think about it from a size perspective, this thing is super tiny. But then again, some people want to have a small handheld. When you compare it to something like a Nintendo Switch, it looks abnormally small. But that's why it's called a pocket player. You just throw this in your pocket, take it with you, play some retro games on the go, and you're off and running. No headphone jack or anything like that, though. Either way, I think it's okay. I don't think it's the greatest product in the world. It is kind of cool to have, and I think I will use it. I'll probably throw it in my back pocket here and there whenever I go somewhere. Might play it in the car, tune out the wife. Who knows? Don't tell her I said that. It's Mother's Day. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Powkiddy A66. I think it's okay. If you can get it for 40 bucks or less, I think it's worth it. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. Let me know your honest opinions and feedback below, guys. And as always, thank you for subscribing.